Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports UK.
Hello, welcome to Combat Sports UK. And I'm joined with professional MMA fighter, James Lewis. How are you doing, mate?
I'm very well, mate. Very well, you?
Oh, very good, mate. Thank you. Obviously, coming off 3 wins in a row now, or two of which were some submissions.
Yeah.
Obviously, having Tom Blackledge now around the gym, how is his experience helping you when it comes to training for your fights?
Yeah, invaluable, mate. It's like having the cheat codes, to be honest. You know, his knowledge of all martial arts, particularly grappling, is, as I say, it's like having the cheat codes, and he prepares you thoroughly. So yeah, invaluable, mate. Couldn't do it without him.
Obviously, after a couple of losses back in 2017, 2019, what switched in your mind that changed you to go on this impressive run?
To be honest, mate, after that, I think it was the week after that second loss, I had a really bad injury, and then that was the start of quite a few injuries, and I had sort of 5 surgeries, I think it was, in 3 years, and that just built a lot of resilience and gave me a lot of time to think what I wanted to do with myself, and really made me examine myself and a lot of things I needed to look at. And it ended up being the best thing that ever happened to me, to be honest, as difficult as it was at the time.
How did the last win feel to get a victory on the foreign soil?
Yeah, it felt amazing, mate, to be honest. Yeah. The show was out of this world. It was a great event, and just the way I felt in the fight itself, I felt great, really confident, really comfortable. So it ticked all the boxes. It couldn't have gone better, really.
Yeah, we all enjoy a good event, don't we? So if we're throwing it back to your early career, what really brought you into combat sports?
To be honest, mate, a mate of mine asked me to go to a Thai boxing class, and I had in my mind sort of, and this was sort of never heard of MMA, didn't know what Thai boxing was, sort of had in my mind karate and katas and stuff, and I didn't fancy it. And then I packed in playing the football. I thought I need to do something with myself, so I'll take my mate up on this Thai boxing class. And fell in love with it from the get-go, really. Didn't want to do all that rolling about on the floor stuff. But obviously, I feel different about now. But yeah, just went along to a Thai boxing class for fun. But the minute I was in there, I knew I was gonna fight and keep on doing it. I just fell in love with it straight away. Yeah,
I remember when I was a child, probably about the same time as just coming into it. Everyone, cage fighting was like a thing people looked down on. As like a brutal sport, but obviously now it's getting about, and people are starting to get into it. Yeah,
getting a little bit more mainstream, isn't it now? But as you say, when it first started, everyone thought you were insane doing it, like, you know.
Right, so I've got a bit more fun questions, and obviously not the same ones you get asked every time.
Right.
If you were to pick a dream fight and a dream venue, what would be that?
Oh, for me to fight?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I think we'd all like to fight in Vegas on the strip, wouldn't we, for that UFC world title?
So you could go blow your pay packet straight after.
That's it. I think that's everyone's sort of dream fight, isn't it?
Do you have a person in mind that would be your dream opponent?
Do you know what? It wouldn't really work at my weight, but I'd love to fight one of the... I suppose I could fight Nick. Nick's still going at welterweight, isn't he? Oh, no, Nate is now, isn't he? Nate's a welterweight now. Yeah, I'd love to fight one of the Diaz brothers. What an experience that'd be.
Yeah, I remember listening to one of your interviews and you mentioned Nate Diaz, so I was expecting that name might come out with you.
Yeah, I love those two.
I'm sure it's a dream to get flipped off while you're trying to kill the man, I guess.
That's what I mean. I'd love all that, all the talking and that, the ace.
Especially from the Manchester area, I'm sure you're used to that by now.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Used to plenty of abuse.
Who inspires you, like in the MMA world, mostly in the UFC, maybe Bellator fighters? Who is your main inspiration?
I mean, to be honest, mate, I don't have to look outside sort of my team for inspiration, like to see what Tom's done in his career, and I get some of the injuries he came through, and a teammate of mine, particularly Andrew Clamp, his story will sort of come out through him, but he's been through a lot of adversity, and he's he's probably the best fighter I've ever come across, to be honest. So yeah, I don't have to, and I've been about. I started off at the Wolf Slayer, so some superstars there, but Clampy's probably the best I've ever seen. So, and just the way he's dealt with the adversity that he's come across. So yeah, I'm very fortunate. I don't have to look outside my own team for inspiration.
That's always good to have a team around you that you can look at and say if they can do it, then I definitely can. So
yeah, very fortunate. Very fortunate.
Yeah, I've got a little question. Like, if you had to pick 4 fighters for Mount Rushmore in MMA, who would you pick?
Oh, I've had a similar question, so I've had some time to think about this.
Oh.
I would probably go Khabib because he's unbeaten, undefeated. I would probably go GSP. I would go Anderson Silva. And you'd have to go, although I liked it. My heart says DC, but you'd have to go with John Jones, wouldn't you? As well.
Yeah. If you're going to go DC, you probably have to go John Jones as well, really, don't you?
Yeah. If I could put a fifth in, I'd go with DC on that. I've always liked DC better, really, but you've got to say Jones is.
Yeah, if I was going to change one of yours, I'd probably stick DJ in. Maybe Sly Khabib out of there.
Yeah. Always overlooked, isn't he? Always overlooked, but yeah.
Just still doing what he's doing as well at that age and beating people much bigger than him is mental.
Yeah, there's definitely an argument to say he's the best of all time. We always forget about him for some reason.
But unfortunately, it's an opinion-based question, isn't it? So there's never going to be a fact to it.
Definitely up there.
So I'm guessing you like a pint if you're from Manchester. So if you was to pick, I guess I already know the answer now. But if you could pick 2 fighters to go for a pint with, who are you taking?
Oh, well, that's different now. Who would be party with? I'd probably go for the Aussie lot, the 2 Rivassas, them type of characters. Yeah, someone like that, maybe. Yeah, but he's good for a pint.
Yeah, we've got a couple of New Zealanders in my local rugby club, and they definitely can drink. So I think you'd enjoy that one.
Yeah.
What is your go-to drink?
To be honest, mate, very, very rarely drink these days, but I do like a pint.
Yeah.
I'm getting old now, so I'm going off the ladder. I like all these old ales and all this stuff, but don't mind a little whiskey now and again as well.
So, obviously, looking into the future, what can we expect from you in the near future? Are we looking to get back in there before the end of the year, or?
Yeah, hopefully back on OKTAGON in December.
Yeah.
I think they've got 2 cards in December, so hopefully getting onto one of those. And yeah, hopefully climbing up those rankings in OKTAGON and getting that title is my goal at the moment. Are
you looking to fight out your contract maybe at OKTAGON and move into a Bellator type or UFC, or just take it as it goes and see what happens? Yeah, I mean, take it as it goes, but I certainly wouldn't rule any show or promotion out, especially, we'd all like to fight in the UFC. But I was thoroughly impressed with OKTAGON. I mean, it's not sort of on our radar, is it, over here? But once you go and experience it, it's as big as any show in the world, and I absolutely loved it. So, whether fight an OKTAGON long term, that'd be a great option too. And as I say, I'm after that belt, so yeah, I wouldn't mind staying on OKTAGON long term, to be honest. But who knows what the future holds? It'll happen as it's meant to. Yeah, it's crazy. I've been to a couple of amateur MMA events in the past few months, and it's crazy how the production just going sky high at the moment. It's as close as a UFC Bellator you can get just around your corner now. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. The level of the local shows is well, they're the lifeblood of the sport, aren't they? And it's the level is rising all the time as it gets more mainstream, which is good.
So where is this Octagon net card in December?
I think. Well, I know one's in Ostrava, and I think the other, which is in Czech Republic again.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure where the late December one is. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't. But I'm pretty sure it's either Czech or Slovakia again. But the Czech fans are out of this world.
Lunatics.
So MMA is so much more mainstream there, it seems. So
Yeah,
looking forward to going back.
I was at an event the other week with a bunch of Icelandic lads from Reykjavik MMA and a bunch of lunatics.
Yeah, they love the scrapping over that.
Yeah, I won't want to be fighting one. I don't think it's possible to knock them out, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a name on that you're looking at? Is anyone in Octagon you're thinking you want to take a shot at? Other than the champion, obviously.
Yeah, to be honest, I was looking at, obviously, we were meant to fight Gabor Borosh.
Yeah, I've seen that one, yeah.
Yeah, and he was injured. He's been announced, but I don't believe he really wants to fight anymore. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen there. But I'm happy. Whoever's going to take me to that next step. Salim Topuzzi's just won their version of the Ultimate Fighter, so he was a good scalp. So let's take another name and get closer to that belt.
So, one last question I've got for you. What would you say to someone who's a young MMA fighter and to stick at it and to get into the professional scene?
Yeah, I always give the same advice, and it's find yourself a coach, find yourself a team who you fit with. You know, obviously, you might need to go and have a look at first, have a look round, but find yourself a team, commit to that team, and go on that journey together. You know, bouncing around too much and going to 7 different places, that, in my experience, what I've seen, doesn't generally work. You know, find yourself a good coach, find yourself a team, commit, and go on that journey together, and yeah, commit to that team. That'll be my biggest piece of advice, really.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you for joining me on my first interview for Combat Sports. And I'll speak to you soon, hopefully.
No problem at all. Speak to you soon, mate.
I'll see you later, mate.